Long ago, in the heart of the great city of Babylon, stood a magnificent palace, glittering with gold and filled with pride. King Belshazzar, the mighty ruler of Babylon, held a great feast for 1,000 of his nobles. Wine flowed freely, laughter echoed through the halls, and the people rejoiced in their wealth and power. But in the midst of celebration, arrogance filled the king's heart. Belshazzar commanded that the gold and silver cups, the sacred vessels taken from the temple of God in Jerusalem, be brought to the banquet. He and his nobles, his wives, and his concubines drank wine from those holy cups, mocking the God of Israel. They praised the gods of gold, silver, bronze, iron, wood, and stone, but not the living God who rules over heaven and earth. And then, suddenly, in the light of the lampstand, a mysterious hand appeared. Just the fingers of a human hand, writing strange glowing words upon the plaster wall of the royal palace. The music stopped. The laughter turned to silence. Belshazzar's face turned pale. His body trembled. His knees knocked together in fear. He cried out for the magicians, astrologers, and wise men of Babylon. Whoever can read this writing and tell me its meaning shall be clothed in purple, wear a gold chain, and be made the third ruler in the kingdom. But none of the wise men could read the writing. None could explain its meaning. The king grew more terrified, and confusion filled the hall. Then the queen entered and spoke. "O king, do not be afraid. There is a man in your kingdom who has the spirit of the holy gods, a man named Daniel. In the days of your father, he was found to have wisdom like the gods. Send for him." So Daniel was brought before King Belshazzar. The king said, "Are you Daniel, one of the exiles from Judah? I have heard that you have wisdom and understanding. If you can read this writing and explain it, you will receive riches and honor." But Daniel answered, "Keep your gifts for yourself and give your rewards to another. Yet I will read the writing for you, O king, and tell you what it means." Then Daniel spoke with boldness and truth. "O king, the Most High God gave your father Nebuchadnezzar sovereignty and glory. But when his heart became proud, God humbled him until he knew that the Most High rules over all kingdoms of men. But you, Belshazzar, have not humbled yourself. You have set yourself against the Lord of heaven. You drank wine from the sacred vessels of his temple. You praised idols that cannot see or hear or understand. But you did not honor the God who holds your life in his hand. Therefore, he sent the hand that wrote this inscription. And Daniel read the words written on the wall. MENE, MENE, TEKEL, UPHARSIN. Then he explained their meaning. MENE, God has numbered the days of your reign and brought it to an end. TEKEL, you have been weighed on the scales and found wanting. PERES, UPHARSIN, your kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and Persians. That very night, while Belshazzar feasted in pride, the armies of the Medes and Persians entered Babylon. The mighty walls that once seemed unbreakable were breached. And before the dawn rose, Belshazzar, king of Babylon, was slain. Thus, the great empire of Babylon fell, and Darius the Mede received the kingdom, just as God had spoken. The writing on the wall still speaks today. God weighs every heart and every life. No power, no wealth, and no pride can stand against his truth. He sees what is hidden. He judges what is unjust, and he honors those who humble themselves before him. Let us live in reverence, for the same God who wrote on the wall in Babylon still rules over every kingdom and every soul today. Pride leads to destruction. King Belshazzar's arrogance and mockery of God brought sudden judgment upon him. God's judgment is certain and just. MENE, MENE, TEKEL, UPHARSIN reminds us that God weighs every life, and nothing is hidden from him. Respect what is holy. Using sacred things for selfish pleasure dishonors God and invites his correction. Learn from the past. Belshazzar ignored the lessons from his grandfather Nebuchadnezzar's humility. We must learn from others' mistakes. God rules over all kingdoms and lives. Human power fades, but God's authority is eternal.
Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to share and subscribe.